Welcome and good evening, everyone, all the viewers and Dr. Shilpa. I'm really delighted and happy after a long time again on a live session. And especially I'm happy because I'm with you, Dr. Shilpa, a great personality. It is a privilege for me that you are here with me. Thank you so much for, accepting my invitation and coming live.
Thank you, Dr. Lalita, for such a good invitation and giving me an opportunity. And I'm happy that you're coming back once again, and I'll be the first one to be with you. Thanks for that. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So, guys, all the viewers, today we are having, as you know the name now, Dr. Shilpa Bansal with us. I mean, she is a wonderful, wonderful woman. I must say, as a personality, she is, you can see the aura. She is a wonderful woman, very inspiring, very positive, and very strong women. I must say, a synonym of women empowerment. However, professionally, Dr. Shilpa is a, consultant homeopath and a clinical dietitian. That is the need of the hour for everyone. I mean, especially after this pandemic. She has an experience of 35 plus years in her profession, in the medical career, like as a homeopath, including 8 years of her experience as a clinical dietitian. There are many success stories in her this journey. Now, I would request Dr. Shilpa just to put some light on it, that how is her journey of a doctor.
See, being a medical practitioner, I have been in homeopathy as a consultant for the last almost 35 years. And many, lifestyle cases and challenging cases. What I have usually got is always the challenging cases, or cases which have not been very well, treated with the other systems of medicine. And then they come to me and, they expect miracles. But luckily, if not miracles, but yes, I have been able to create some success stories about those. And so, success stories have been there in that, with reference to homeopathy, with reference to diet, what I give, also a little of ozone therapy, which I use. And all these things put together gives me, a little better edge to get the, cases more successful.
Right. So, Dr. Saab, recently you got that Indian Inspirational Women Award for medical practices, right? And you are also a national
Yeah.
awardee, I mean, of dietetic. You means I know you are having many happy patients with you. Recently, WEICI Women's Entrepreneur International Chamber also you attended. I mean, you just were the part of it. So just share
Yeah,
that
yeah.
experience
So
of that with
yes,
us.
yes. No, rightly said that. See, Wiki International is Women Entrepreneurs International Chamber of India, and in that I created a vertical
Hmm.
in which during the COVID-2 phase, which was a very bad phase for everybody, during that time, some 15
Hmm.
doctors were interviewed of different faculties, maybe a
Hmm.
pediatrician, opthel, orthopedic, and gynac, all different faculties were interviewed rather, and authentic information about what was happening in that faculty during COVID. Because like I, there were
Hmm.
different symptoms of eye of COVID, different symptoms
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
orthopedics in COVID. So each
Hmm.
faculty had given their own, details about how COVID was affecting their, their niche in the patients, and how best they
Hmm.
could understand about it, what information they would give, how it would help them, what treatment would be best, rather than WhatsApp encyclopedia talking about it. It was, to get the authentic information from people, from the, like we say,
Right.
from the horse's mouth. That is
Yeah,
what
you
was
are
done.
also a
So
founder
from the
of a
doctors
multi-specialty
directly
clinic
for
in
the
Mumbai. I
benefit
just want
of
to know
people.
about that as well.
That was one.
Hmm.
And I think
Yeah,
there was another
so
one
this
which I
is
Hmm.
my
recently did,
clinic, which
that
is
was
called
with
Sankey Multi-Speciality Clinic. I
Gujarat
have named
Mental
it after my
Council.
son.
In that,
And
I had taken
multi-speciality in
interview
the
of
sense I
all
give
the different
homeopathic medicine, I give diet
healers
therapy, I
of
also give
various
ozone therapy.
different
And because of
alternative
that, three
therapies,
Hmm.
different specialities
to
at one
show that
place,
other
and so it
than
is Sankey
allopathic
Multi-Speciality.
treatment, these all other alternative therapies
Right.
can
And dear
supplement
viewers,
and
I mean, I just
complement this
want to
therapy,
tell you
so
that
that
Dr. Saab
what
has been a
happens if
great
their
speaker.
doses
She
are
has
not
been
increased
invited
and their
on
side effects are
multiple
minimized.
platforms.
Like
I mean,
one
like
is
many
homeopathy,
banks,
Right.
second
many
is diet,
clubs,
third
and
is flower
many,
therapy,
I mean, those
fourth
sports
is
events.
chakra
And I mean, the
therapy,
list is
fifth is
huge.
ozone therapy. So all these alternative therapies were brought on one platform to just show the people, to make them understand that these are other alternative therapies which you can use to complement and supplement the main treatment so that you are better.
Right. And in addition to that, you have been working as an author also. Like you have written a book, I know that, and you were writing the articles as well. So just give us a brief about that.
Yes, yes. Yeah, see, earlier I have been writing a lot of medical articles. In fact, I had created, for the medical students, especially on the topic of anatomy, I had created more than 5,000, questionnaires. That is, make the best choice. We have na A, B, C, D, and we have to take the correct choice. So, like that on anatomy subject,
Hmm.
I had prepared more than 5,000 questions that way. Then I have done various articles on medical tourism, then on pathology, which was on, given up on Farm Easy app, and
Hmm.
things like those. Even certain articles like go nuts about nuts, you know about nuts, like
Hmm.
that's on
Hmm.
dry fruits. So different kinds of articles in the medical this were written out.
Hmm.
And recently, as you, I have made an ebook which is called Salad
Recently, WEIC, I
and it is
remember
basically on
Entrepreneur International
salads.
Chamber also you
And I have
attended,
started
I
writing
think
on the
you
Okay.
just
physical
were
book,
the
which is
part of
called
it.
Nutrition,
So
the
just share
Ultimate
Yeah.
that
Game Changer.
experience of that with
Yes,
us.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Rightly
that's
said
really
that.
great. I
See,
mean,
Wiki International is
uh,
Women
and
Entrepreneurs
lastly,
International
in
Chamber
your
of
this brief, I
India.
just want to
And in
ask,
that, I
like, you
created
are
a vertical
an
in which,
I
during the
mean, you have
COVID 2
worked
phase, which
with
was a
a
very bad
firm that
phase
is
for
grooming
everybody,
daughters for
during
family
that time,
business.
some 15
What is
doctors
that
were
all about?
interviewed of different faculties, maybe a
Yeah.
pediatrician, of
Yes. Yes.
health. That's very right. That is something very close to my
Orthopedic
heart,
and
because I have
gynac.
been
Yeah.
the
Enterprising
different
daughter
faculties
in
were
my family. I had joined
interviewed
my
rather,
father's
and
business,
authentic
and I
information
was
about what
pursuing my
was
medical
happening
career too.
in that
So this
faculty
is very
during
close
COVID.
to me,
Because
and so
like
I
there
was
were
invited, in
different
fact, and I
symptoms
have
of
joined
eye
that
of
forum,
COVID, which says that
different
symptoms
Hmm.
of
first
orthopedics
preference means
in COVID.
rather,
So
you can say,
each
you
faculty had given their
it should
own,
be this,
details
helping
about
the
how COVID was
daughters to
affecting
join
their,
the family business.
their niche in the
Hmm.
patients,
Hmm. Hmm.
and how best they
Right,
could
great.
understand about it, what
So, Dr.
information
Saab,
they would
now
give, how it would
I
help
would like
them,
to request
what
you,
treatment
okay,
would be
let's
best, rather than
start the
WhatsApp
topic for the
encyclopedia
day.
talking about it.
Uh,
It was, to
I
get the
mean,
authentic
today we
information
really
from
need
people,
to, today we
from
are
the,
discussing, this
like
is a
milk
very
from the
sensitive
horse's mouth.
topic
That is what was
and
done.
it's very
So from the
important
doctors
because many of
directly
the, I
for the
mean,
benefit
people
of
are
people.
asking about this and
That
you
was
have been
one.
through that.
And I think there was
Undoubtedly,
another
no one
one
is
which I
prepared
recently did.
for a
That
single
was with
parenting or a solo parenting,
Gujarat Mental
but
Council.
it somehow
In that,
occurs in
I
life, it
had
happens in
taken
life,
interview
you know.
of all the
And
different
I just want to
healers
understand that
of
this is
various
something unbearable
different
loss.
alternative
But tell us
therapies,
what specific
to
problems,
show
especially
that
a
other
woman
than
faces,
allopathic treatment,
in
these
raising the
all
child
other
when she
alternative
is
therapies can
a single
supplement
parent after
and
the loss of a
complement this
spouse.
therapy, so that what happens if their
Hmm.
doses are not increased and their side effects
See,
are minimized.
loss of a
Like
spouse
one is
or
homeopathy,
loss
Right.
of
second is
any
diet,
family
third is
member,
flower
it is
therapy, fourth
unbearable.
is
It's a
Hmm.
great loss,
chakra therapy,
and
fifth is ozone
yeah, it
therapy.
is
So all
unbearable
Hmm.
these
indeed.
alternative
But
therapies were
the
brought on
point
one
lies
platform
that
to
if you
just
have a
show the
responsibility,
people,
Hmm.
to make them
if you
understand that
have a
these are
child to
other
look after,
alternative therapies which you
you
can
have
use
to
to
somehow
complement and supplement
accept
the
it
main treatment,
and
so
go
that you
ahead
are
with
better.
your duties and
Right.
your things
And
which you have to
in
do for the
addition to
child.
that, you have been
You
working
cannot sit with it
as
and
an author
keep on
also. Like
crying
you have
over it.
written a book, I
You
know
have to
that,
go
and
ahead and do
you
the
were writing
things,
the
because
articles
that will
as
be
well.
more
So just give us
good,
a brief
more
about that.
responsible, and more fit as a mother. Like if you
Yeah,
have,
see,
obviously, I
earlier
lost
I
my
have been
husband,
writing a
so
lot of
I was
medical
the mother
articles.
and
In
father of,
fact, I had
and I am today,
created, for
even
the
today,
medical
to my
students,
child.
especially on the
So,
topic of anatomy,
one has
I
to
had
pick
created
up the
more than
threads from there
5,000,
and go ahead, because
questionnaires. That is,
it is of
make the
course
best choice. We have
devastating,
na A,
but
B,
you've
C, D,
got to
and we have to
accept it.
take the
And
correct
the
choice.
earlier the
So, like that on
acceptance, it
anatomy
is
subject,
better.
Hmm.
I had prepared more than
Because the
5,000
earlier
questions
you
that way.
accept it,
Right.
you
Then I
start
have done
becoming
various
a little
articles on
more
medical
normal.
tourism,
You know
then
how
on
to deal with your
pathology,
child
which was on given up
because
on
at
farm
that point
easy
of time,
app
see, being a
and
doctor, it helped
things
me a
like
lot.
those. Even
So
certain
to
articles like
be
go nuts
a
about
little
nuts,
different
medically,
about
because
nuts,
like
we deal
that's on dry
psychologically
fruits.
with
So
patients
different
and
kinds of
with
articles
people
in the
and
medical
things
this
like that. So
were
it is a
written
little
out.
different. That's what
And
I feel. It gives us
recently,
an
as
edge
I
as
have made
doctors.
an ebook
Maybe
which is
that's
called
what I feel.
Salad
And
Use
for me, at least, it
Hope,
worked
and
that
it is
way.
basically
And
on
I could help
salad.
myself
And I
come
have
out of
started
it
writing on the
and
physical book,
accept it.
which is
And
called Nutrition,
my
the
sole
Ultimate Game
and
Changer.
sole aim was to bring my only
Mm-hmm.
son
Oh, that's
Samhil,
really great.
to
I mean,
be a complete or a
Uh,
better
and
person,
lastly, in
as he
your
grows up,
this
as he
brief, I just want
matures.
to ask,
And
like,
he
you are
should not
an,
be, and
I mean, you have worked with
somehow or
a
in any
firm that
way
is
should be
grooming
affected
daughters for family
emotionally
business.
to that
What is
extent
that all about?
that he cannot take care of himself
Yeah,
properly or things like
yes,
that.
yes,
I
that's very
wanted
right.
him
That is
that
something
no,
very
he
Hmm.
close
should
to my heart,
also
because I
accept the
have been
things,
the
Yeah.
enterprising
learn
daughter
to
in my
deal with
family.
them,
I had joined my
be
father's
mature
business,
about it,
and
and
I was
go
pursuing
ahead
my
with
medical
his
career too.
career,
So
with his
this is
studies,
very close to
everything.
me.
So
And so
when this
I
happened,
was
he was
invited,
in
in fact, and I
eighth
have joined
standard,
that forum, which says that
and
Hmm.
now
Hmm.
luckily
first
he has
preference
finished
means,
his
rather, you can say, if
B
it should be this,
BTech mechanical
helping the
engineering,
daughters to
and now
join the
he's doing
family
a
Hmm.
job.
business.
And he is
Hmm.
also an accomplished
Right. Great. So,
taekwondo
Dr. Saab,
martial
now
arts,
I would like to
second and
request
black
you,
belt,
okay, let's
and he's
get
an
started the
international
topic for the
referee,
day.
and
Uh,
I
oh
should say a
wow, today
national
we really
referee and
need
an international
to, today we are
coach.
discussing, this is a
He
very
has
sensitive
represented
topic.
India
And it's
at two
very
places
important
in
because
US
many of the,
as
I
well
mean,
as
people are asking
Korea,
about
and he
this.
has won
And you have
medals
been through that.
for country and
Undoubtedly,
for
no one is
himself,
prepared for a single
by
parenting or a
putting in a
solo
lot of
parenting. That's
hard
really
work.
great. But
And
it somehow occurs
so
in
yeah,
life, it
and this
happens
all
in life,
happened
you know.
after he
And
lost his
I just
father.
want to understand that this is something
So the first
unbearable
thing what
loss.
I could
But tell
abstract
us what
here is
specific
from
problems,
this. Like first
especially a
thing is
woman
accepting
faces, you know,
the
in
situation
raising the
you are
child
in,
when she
that
is
you are
a
now
single
going to
parent
be a
after
solo
the loss
parent.
of a spouse.
Acceptance, the sooner it comes, the better it would be, I think, for the child and for the parent as well.
See,
So this is
loss
something
of a
wonderful, Dr.
spouse
Saab. So
or loss
the
of
first thing
any
is this, and
family
secondly, I
member,
think you have
it is
rightly conveyed that
unbearable. It's a
fine, it
great
is going to
loss,
be anyway difficult,
and
but
yeah, it is
you need
unbearable
to focus
agreed.
on the
But
child as well,
the
that
point
how the
lies
child
that
is
if
feeling.
you have a
The first
responsibility,
priority there you
if you
need to
have a
give to the
child to
child
look
to
after,
take care of the
you
child,
have to somehow
right?
accept it
If
and
I'm
go
correct,
ahead with your
Yes,
duties,
yes,
and
right?
your
yes,
things
which
which
you
you
have
have
to
to
do
do
for
for
Here
the
the
I
child.
just
child.
want to
Because once
understand,
you
Dr.
accept it and keep
Then
on
you can
crying over it,
start thinking.
you have to go ahead and do the things,
Hmm,
because that would be
true.
more
Like
Yeah, go ahead.
more
feel,
responsible and
sometimes we
more
feel like
fit
the
as a
child
mother.
does
Like
not
if you
feel
have,
like that.
obviously I
Like if the
lost my
child is
husband,
young,
so
quite
I
young, a
was
4
the
or a
mother
5
and
years
father
old
of,
child,
and
so
I
the child
am
do not
today,
miss
even today,
the
to my
parent
child.
much. This is
So
somewhere we feel that the
one
child
has
forgets
to
very
pick
quickly,
up the
very
threads
rapidly,
from
very
there
fast.
and go
So
ahead,
I just, as a
because
doctor
it
also, as
is
a
of course
parent also, you have
devastating,
been
but
through
you
it. So I
got to
want to
accept it.
understand
And the
how a
earlier the
child,
acceptance,
feel or
it
get
is better,
affected when he loses one
because
of
the
the parent.
earlier you accept it,
Right.
you start becoming a little more normal. You know how to
See,
deal with
if,
the
as
child
you rightly
emotionally,
said, if he's a
because at
small
that point
child,
of time,
4
see, being
5,
a doctor, it
over the
helped me a
period
lot,
he can forget
because
a
I,
little. But
Hmm.
this
are
child,
a
my
little
child, was
different
8th standard. So,
medically,
like,
because
he's
we deal
little bigger
psychologically
and
with
he's not a
patients and
teenager.
with
So, it
people
was the
and things
age,
like that.
which was
So it is a
very
little different. That's what I
vulnerable
feel. It
kind,
gives
and
us
he
an
also
edge as
knew
doctors.
that,
Maybe that's
father
what I
hai.
feel. And for
And
me, at
now
least,
he
it
is
worked
not
that way.
there.
And
And
I could
then
help
again, the
myself
teens,
come
so
out of
how the
it and
hormones
accept
change,
it. And
and what
my
do you
sole and
desire,
sole
and
aim
what are your
was to bring my
aspirations from
only
your
son
parents,
Samhil,
and
to be
that
a
typical age,
complete or
and
a
the
better
demands of
person,
the age at that time.
as he grows
So
up,
all
as he
these things,
matures.
they
And
matter,
he should
and
not
you
be,
have to
and
really deal with the child
somehow or
in
in
all
any
the
way
ways
should be
possible.
affected
Like, I
emotionally to
had to
that
play a
extent
multiple role of
that
being a mother
he
and a
cannot
father,
take
in
care
the
of
sense,
himself
like
properly or
whatever he
things like
used to
that.
do for
I
him,
wanted him
like
that
suppose
no,
his
he should
exams are done and then
also
used to take him
accept the
for a
things,
movie or a
learn to
treat,
deal with them,
so I
be
used to,
mature
just
about it,
remember, trying
and
to remember
go
those
ahead
things,
with
and
his
try to put
career,
it
with his
on him,
studies,
and make him
So
do
when
that so
this
that he
happened, he
wouldn't
was in
feel.
it. See,
8th
obviously
standard,
that
you
little
know.
of that
And now
remembrance is
luckily he
there, the
has
little of
finished
that
his
dearth is there,
you
and
know,
you always,
B
kids, because
BTech
especially when they see the
mechanical
other kids,
engineering,
their
and
parents
now
or
he's
their
doing a
father
job.
especially doing something
And
good
he
or
is
something
also
special
an
for them on their birthday
accomplished
or on something, then
taekwondo
they
martial
obviously
arts,
realize and they
you know,
remember and
second
they would
and black
expect.
belt.
And at
And
times
he's an
That's really
they
great.
international
would not tell
referee,
you, but
and
you can read it in their
I
Oh,
would
eyes
say
wow.
a
that
national
this is
referee
what
and an
they would
international
also feel or
coach.
dream about.
And he has
But I
represented
would say
India
that
Hmm.
at
I
two
tried how
places
much
in
ever I
US
could
as
with
well
him,
as
and try
Korea,
to give him
and he has
the
won medals
best
for
whatever
country and
means
for
I had
himself,
and
you
whatever
know,
way I
by
knew,
putting in a lot
and
of
That's
hard
really
work.
the
great.
way it
And
could be done for him.
So,
But at the
and this
same time,
all
I would
right.
also
happened
say that his
after
school
he lost
also
his father.
gave him a very good support,
Father.
you know.
Hmm.
And the
So the
main thing
first
what
thing
he
what
did
I could
also was
abstract here
that
is
he
from this,
diverted
like first
his
thing is
a
accepting
little of his
the situation
anxieties
you are
and
in, that
or all his
you are now
aspirations
going
in
to be
his
a solo
martial art.
parent.
So what
Acceptance,
was there
the
that
sooner
he
it
became
comes,
occupied
the
with
better it would
studies
be, I
and
think, for
martial
the
art
child and
both.
for the
And
parent as
so,
well. So this is
he didn't
something
have any
wonderful,
extra
doctor.
time to think
So
about the other
the
things.
first thing is
So
this, and
that is
secondly,
how
I think
he,
you have rightly
got
conveyed
busy
that
with his life.
fine, it is going to be anyway
And he
difficult,
had this
but
that I want to
this
be a
you need to focus
90%
on the
topper
child as
in
well,
my,
that how the child is feeling. The first
you
priority
said
there
something?
you need to give to the child, to
Please carry
take
on.
care of the child,
You said something?
right? If
No,
I'm
no,
correct.
I'll come
Yeah.
after you.
So
I'll
he had thought
Yes,
of it
Right.
that
yes.
Here I just
so
want to
he had thought,
understand,
So
that I
doctor.
say,
have two aims
then
right
you
now
can
at this
start
age.
thinking.
One,
Yeah.
to be a good
Hmm.
belt,
True. Like
one dan or second dan
sometime
or
we feel,
whatever other
sometime we
classifications
feel
they
like
have.
the
So
child
his
does
focus
not
was on his
feel
martial
like
arts
that.
and on his
Like if the
studies.
child is young,
Only
quite
on
young, a
these two
4 or a
things he had
5 years
focused
old
himself
child,
so well
so the
that
child
he
do
had
not
no
miss
time to think about the other
the
things.
parent much.
And
This is
luckily he
somewhere we
did
feel
well.
that the child
He is
forgets
in
very
his
quickly, very rapidly,
90%,
very fast.
and
So
above
I
in
just,
his,
as a
they have a
doctor
club in
also,
the
as a
school, so
parent also, you
he
have been
joined
through
because he
it. So I
got good
want to
marks.
understand
And
how a
also
child,
he
feel
excelled
or
in
get
his
affected when he loses one of
taekwondo
the
martial
parents.
art. And then on the sports day, he was holding the flag
See,
of the
if, as
sports,
you rightly said,
and
if he's
having
a
a
small
complete
child,
parade throughout
4,
the
5,
ground, amongst
over the
the
period,
whole
he
school
can forget
students
a little.
seated on the
But
ground,
this
because that
child,
was a
my
sports
child, was
week.
8th standard.
So,
So, like,
he's
Hmm.
little
these things,
bigger
then
and
they
he's
help
not a
you to
teenager.
build
So it was the
self-confidence,
age, which was
self-esteem.
very,
It also helps you
vulnerable kind, and he
saying that,
also
no, you
knew
can do
that,
it in spite of
father had.
many
And now
constraints if
he's
you have
not
a
there.
supportive parent
And
and
then
things like
again,
that.
the teens, so how the
Like
hormones
I just
change,
wanted you
and
to request you
what do
to
you
highlight
desire,
in what
and what
terms
are
it
your
affects the child
aspirations from
more.
your
I mean,
parents,
physically
and
more,
that
emotionally
typical
more,
age,
psychologically more,
and the
or
demands
in
of
what
the
terms
age
it
at
affects
that
the
time.
child the
So
most.
all these things,
Hmm.
they matter, and you have
Or in
to
all the
really
dimension it
deal with
affects.
the
It
child
affects,
in
see,
all the ways
obviously,
possible. Like I had
it
to play
affects
multiple role of
mainly
being a mother and a father,
emotionally in the
and
sense, like
psychologically.
whatever he used
And
to
when
do
it
for
affects
him,
these
like
two,
suppose his
it
exams
can
are done
affect
and then he used
physically
to
if
take
he
him
is
for a
emotionally
movie
disturbed.
or a treat,
But
So
Hmm.
I
if
used
that,
to
just
emotional part
remember,
is
trying
taken
to
care of,
remember those things, and
psychologically
try to
also
put it
he's
on him, and
treated well
make him
with
do that, so
his
that he wouldn't
parent,
feel.
with his
See, obviously that
relatives, with
little
his
of that
friends in school and at
remembrance is
home,
there, the
then I'm
little of
sure
that
it
dearth is
helps
there,
a
and you
child
always,
to
kids, because especially when
face
they see the
better.
other kids, their parents or
Right.
their fathers
So how can
especially
a
doing
parent, I
something good
mean,
or
help
something
the
special
child
for them on their
to
birthday or
reduce
on
this
something,
emotional
then
effect on the
they
child?
obviously realize and they remember and they would expect. And at times they would
See,
not
one
tell
thing
you,
is
but
that
you can
you
read it
got
in their
to
eyes that
learn
this
to
is what
talk to the
they
Hmm.
would
child.
also feel or dream about. But I
Talking to
would
a
say
child
that
Hmm.
is very
I
important.
tried how much ever I could
Second,
with
that
him,
you
and
should
try to give him
what I
the
was doing
best
right
from the beginning,
I have been
whatever
very close to
means I
him.
had,
I have been
and whatever
attending
way
all
I
his
knew,
issues,
and
like going
the
to
way it
school
could
for
be
his
done
open
for him.
house, for
But
his
at the
extra
same time, I would
classes,
also
for
say that
everything.
his school
Meeting his
also
teachers,
gave
talking
him a
everything.
very good
So,
support.
the
And
parent
the
has
main
to
thing
be
what he did
learning
also
to
was
talk to the
that
child,
he
and
diverted his
he should be so much
little of his
emotionally
anxieties
studies
towards
and
you,
or all his
that is within the
aspirations in his
family,
martial
that
art.
he learned
So
and
what
he
was
talks
there that
about
he
his
became
issues,
occupied
his
with studies
problems,
and martial
what he
art
faces
both.
in school
And
with
so,
his peers,
he didn't have
or
any
even in
extra
the
time to think
buses,
about the other
while
things. So
commuting.
that is how
All these
he,
things, if he can
got
talk to
busy
the
with his
parent coming
life.
home, that
And
is
he
what
had this
I
I
mean,
would prefer,
this,
and what I would like, and I would like to tell the other parents also, the emotional balancing beam should
you
be
said
more
something.
towards the home rather than outside.
please carry on.
Why? Because
You said
that will
something.
help you to know that what
No,
he is
no,
going
I'll
through.
come
Yeah.
after
And
you.
further
So
also,
I,
he
I'll,
will
he
he
had
had
thought
that
of
what he
it.
will be going through, he will be able to tell you,
Yeah.
and you
So
will
he
know,
had
and
thought,
you
that
will be
I have
aware
two
of the
aims right now at
circumstances,
this age.
and you will
One,
also talk
to
to
be
him,
a good
explain him,
belt
show
one dan
show
or
him
second
similar
dan, or
examples,
whatever other
show him some other
classifications they have.
examples
So
from the
his
family,
focus
from
was on his
relatives,
martial
from
arts and
friends,
on his
and you
studies.
can make
Only
him
on these two
understand.
things he
But
had
if his
focused himself
emotional
so
beam
well
happens to
that
be
he had no time
outside,
to think
this
about
is
the
where
other
it's
things.
going to be a
And
real danger
luckily he
area.
did well.
And
He is
then
in his
things will go
90%,
beyond you, and it will be
and
very
above
difficult
in his
for
they have a
you to
club in the school, so
just
he joined because he got
make
good marks.
everything
And
okay.
also he
Hmm.
excelled in his
That's very
taekwondo martial
important
art.
and a
And then
valid point.
on the
And you
sports
rightly
day,
said that
he was
at
holding
different
the flag
platforms
of the
in
sports,
society as well,
and having
like
a
when it is a
complete
PTM
parade
and a
throughout the
child or a
ground,
function and a
amongst the
child sees
whole
like
school
his mother is
students
there, my mother
seated
is
on the
not there,
ground,
his father
because
is there,
that was a
father
sports
is
week.
not there. So
So
this is somehow
these
emotional,
things, then
psychological,
they
but
help you to
social
build self
effects also
confidence,
are there.
self
So how
esteem.
to
It
deal
also
with
helps
those
you,
social effects?
saying that
How
no,
can
you
we
can
help the
do it
child to
in
handle
spite
those
of
effects?
many constraints, if you have a supportive parent and things like those.
see for see, it's like this,
Like, I
that
just
what
wanted
his
you to
age was.
request you to
His age
highlight
was a
means in
school
what
going
terms
time,
it affects the
and
child
8th,
more.
9th,
I mean,
10th, 11th,
physically
12th. So
more,
he had to
emotionally more,
more
psychologically
concentrate
more,
on
or
his
in what terms
studies
it
and
affects the
career,
child the most,
right? And socially, we have seen, like his
or
uh,
in all the dimension it
socially, you would
affects.
mean
It affects,
relatives
see,
and his
obviously,
friends. So in his school,
it
his
affects
friends
mainly
has been very
emotionally
supportive to him,
and
very
psychologically.
very supportive
And
to
when
him.
it affects
And
these two,
the other
it
thing what I
can
did
affect
was
physically if he is
that
emotionally disturbed.
I allowed
But
him, to
if
go
that
So,
out
emotional
and
part is taken
explore.
care of,
That is, like he had
psychologically
to go
also
for
he
his
is
various
treated
activities,
well
like
with
maybe he's
his
going for a picnic
parent,
to
with his
a
relatives,
residential
with his
picnic,
friends in
that is 4
school
days, 5 days,
and at
something.
home.
And
Then
then
I'm sure
again he
it
has to go
helps
for two
a
days for
child
taekwondo,
to
some training.
face better.
Then again he has to go for his
right. So, how can a
NSC, that is
parent, I mean, help the
yeah,
child
that NSC thing,
to reduce
that
this
camp.
emotional
So
effect
all
on the
these
child?
things, you allowed him to go to the different, scenes like this, to different
See, one thing is that
picnics
you
like
got
this, or
to
training
learn
programs
to
like this.
talk to the
And that
child.
is where again he interacts with different kind of
Talking to
people,
a
because
child
all
is very important.
people from all different strata come
Second,
there,
that you
and that
should
is when they realize
Right,
there
what
right.
I
also,
was doing
that
right
see,
from the
if you
beginning. I
are
have
coming for
been
a
very
better
close to
background,
him, and
I have been
another person
attending
is
all
coming from a
his
different kind
issues,
of a school,
like going
so
to
how
school for his
it
open house,
differs.
for his
So
extra
that also
classes, for
gives them an
everything,
idea, that also
meeting his
gives them a little
teachers,
of
talking
understanding
everything.
of
So
life.
and
The
how to
parent
deal
has
with
to
things,
be
like in
learning
one
to
of this
talk to the
NSC
child,
camps which
and
they were there,
he
there
should
were
be so much
so many
emotionally
restraints,
towards
and they were
you,
having a
that
total
is within the family,
should say
that
an
he
opposite,
learns
like
and
they
he
were
talks
dealing with
about
a
his issues, his
I should say a
problems,
municipal school
what he
children,
faces in school with his
versus
peers,
the
or
well-equipped
even
Right.
in the
school like
buses,
While
Jamnabai, or
commuting,
things like those,
all these things
where
he
he
have
Right,
can
right.
talk to
everything.
the parent coming
So
home.
but that is where they
That is
realize,
what I would
that
prefer, and
if
what I
you
would
have
like, and I would
everything,
like to
you
tell
are
the other
supposed to
parents
be
also.
the
Normal,
emotional
humble,
balancing beam
should
Yes.
be
be
grounded,
more towards the
Yes.
and
home
you should
rather than
learn to
outside.
value that.
Why?
Thank
Because
God and
that will
gratitude
help
that
you
you've
to
got
know
all
that
these
what
things,
he is going through,
while the other
and
people
Right,
further
don't
also
right.
it
have.
will help
So
you that
how do
what
you
he'll be
deal? So
going
this
Yes.
through,
is
he will
how
be able
they
to
tell
learn
you,
about
and you
life.
will know,
And
and
that
that
is
is
how
how
you
you
will
will
be
be
aware
aware
of
of
the
the
circumstances.
circumstances, and you
People
will
of all
also
types are
talk to
there,
him,
all stratas are
explain
there.
him,
How do you deal with them?
show
How do you
show
talk
him
to them?
similar
If you
examples,
don't have
show
anything,
him some
little
other
less or
examples
more,
from the
how do
family,
you just,
from relatives, from
bypass it,
friends,
and you
and
be
you
okay
can
with it?
make him
So,
understand.
these
But
kind of
if his emotional
explorations
beam
help
happens to
them,
be
and I
outside,
allowed
this
them.
is where
Many
it's going to
moms
be
used to
a
go and
real
pick them
danger
up, the
area,
child from in
and
between the
then
picnic, but I
things will
never
go
did that.
beyond you,
Hmm.
and it
In
will be
fact,
very
we all
difficult
mothers
Hmm.
went
for
and
you
we
to
helped them, and we said,
just
you stay there,
make
be
everything
those that you
okay.
complete the camp and get the certificate
Hmm.
at home.
That's
This is what
very
would be
important
your,
Right.
and a
you know,
valid
plus
point.
point,
And you
and this
rightly
will, what
said
would
that
be your
at
Right.
achievement, rather
different
than leaving it
platforms
halfway and
in
running through
society as
and
well,
showing a,
like when it is a PTM and
negative
a child or a
attitude, or
function and a
an
child
escapist
sees like
attitude.
his mother is there, my mother is not there, only
Right.
his
This
father
is,
is
I
there,
mean,
my
a
father
great
is not there. So
example.
this
I
is
mean, great
somehow
experiences
emotional,
you have
psychological,
shared.
but
Like
social
rightly you said, just
effects
joining some
also are
group
there.
or joining
So
some
how to
maybe
deal with
nearby
those
there is
social
some
effects?
migrant labor
How can we
school or
help the
evening
child to
school
handle those
where
effects?
deprived children are coming.
or maybe working means going into
See,
some
for,
camp
see, it's
where they
like
are
this, that
working with the
what his
different
age
things,
was.
that so that
His
the
age
child
was
can
a school
understand
going
the
time,
real way of life and
and
can
8th,
realize
9th, 10th,
how the
11th,
life
12th.
is
So he
different for
had to
different people.
more
So
concentrate
the
on
life
his
goes like that, and
studies
I
and
think this is
career,
a great
right?
idea, Dr.
And
You have
socially,
shared
we have
for
seen, like his
making the child settle
socially, you
socially,
would mean
because they need
relatives
to come
and
out of
his
their cocoon
friends.
and they need to
So in his
understand
school,
what all is
his
around.
friends
I mean, this is
has
something
been very
great you
supportive
have
to
done.
him,
And keeping
very,
the
very
child
supportive
engaged
to
in
him.
the different
And
activity,
the other thing what I
so
did
that the
was
child
that
also gets engaged and learn
I
the
allowed
chapters
him,
of life.
to
It
go
gives the
out
real
and
learning to the
explore.
child.
That
I mean,
is,
this
like
is
he
really
had to go
superb.
for his various
How a
activities.
parent
Like
can manage,
maybe
I mean,
he's going
during
for
these
a
tough
picnic
times,
to a
it's,
residential
I
picnic,
understand
that is
somewhere,
4 days,
like
5 days, something.
it's
And then
somewhere
again
the
he
parent
has to
also
go
feel
for
that
two
I
days
should
for
take care of my
taekwondo,
child, but
some
it is
training.
very difficult
Then
to
again
handle
he has to
themselves
go
as
for
well.
his
So,
NSC, that
which
is
are the specific aspects which can be
that
taken
NSC
care
thing,
by that
that
parent
camp.
to
So
deal with
all
this
these
tough
things
time?
you allowed him to go to the different, scenes like this,
See,
to different
each parent has
picnics
to
like this, or
understand,
training
and even
programs
I
like this.
understood,
And that is where
that
again
see,
he
this is a
interacts
phase,
with different
and this
kind of
phase is not
people,
going to be
because
always
all
there. The
people
phase
from all
changes. We
different
also
strata come
outgrow,
there,
they also outgrow.
and that is
So
when we
once this
realize
Right,
there
critical
right.
also
phase
that
of
see,
two,
if
three
you are
years,
coming
which
for
is
a
so
better
critical,
background and
study
another
wise,
person is
emotion
coming
wise,
from a
because
different
of the
kind of a
trauma
school,
he's
so
undergoing,
how
and because
it
of the study
differs.
pressure he
So
has,
that
or
also gives
because
them
of
an
his
idea,
aim that
that
he
also
wants to
gives
do
them a little
something
of
in taekwondo
understanding
he
of
has.
life,
So this is a
and
phase, and
how to
anything
deal with
doesn't last
things,
long. It
like
always
one of
changes
these
and we
NSC
outgrow.
camps which they
So
were there,
this is a phase,
then
and
if
for
I take care of this
so
phase,
many
obviously
restraints,
the
and
result
they
for
were
him
having a
also will be good,
total,
and for result for
should
me
say
also
an
it will be
opposite,
good.
like they
And I
were
will get
dealing
my
with
time a little
um,
later,
I should say a
once he
municipal
gets
school
into
children,
a proper college, or maybe
versus
into
the
further
well
studies.
equipped
Right,
school
And this
like
is exactly how it
Jamnabai, or
happened,
things like
that
those,
after
where
10th they
they
have
right,
have
right,
when
everything.
he
right.
got his good marks.
So,
In fact,
but
you will
that
not
is where
believe
I
this,
went for his
that
admission
if you
to
have
the
everything,
BTech
you
college,
are
because
supposed
it
to
was
be
immediately
normal,
after 10th,
humble,
6 years,
Yes,
BTech,
grounded, mechanical.
yes,
and you should
Okay,
learn
and
yes.
to
he was
value
in that,
Korea.
thank
He
God
was
and
going to land
gratitude
on
that
that
you've
day
got all
night,
these things,
while
and
the other
that
people
day
Right,
I
don't
had
right.
to
have.
go and take his
How do you
admission,
deal? So this
Yes.
is
and
how
that is
they
what I
learn
did.
about life,
you know
and that is
I
how they learn
represented
to live
him,
socially.
and
That
I
okay,
told
let's see,
people
I'm the
of all
parent, and
types are
this
there, all stratas are
child
there,
who's
how do
going to
you
take
deal with
admission
them,
is
how
coming
do you
tonight.
talk
So
to
I
them
don't want to miss the
if you
admission,
don't have
and
anything,
so I
you
will
have
let
come here
you
to
know
take
how
admission.
do you just
So it is a
bypass it
phase,
and
and
you
you be
outgrow
okay
it.
with it.
So
So it's
these
okay, you
kind of
give that much time,
inspirations
and that is
help
the
them,
most important
and I
time.
allowed
That is
them.
the
Many
healing
moms
time,
used to go
and
and
that
pick
is
them
also
up the
the
child
seeding
from in
time when
between the
you
picnic,
give
but I
that
never did
basic
that.
seeds to your
In
kid,
fact,
and
we
then
all
you
mothers
see how
went
he
and
blooms
we
into
helped
a
them, and we
nice
said,
plant,
you stay there,
later on in
be
the life.
those that
Right,
you complete the
That is
camp
what
and
right.
get
I
the
did,
And
certificate
and
at
I
home.
think
This is
I'm
what
happy
would be
about it,
your,
right,
that he has
platform.
taken it
right,
This will
positively and
what would
he's
be your
doing well.
right.
achievement, rather than leaving it halfway and
And
running
during
through
this
and
healing and
showing a
seeding time, I mean,
negative
there
attitude,
the
or an
balancing is really
escapist attitude.
important. How I see it, how I
Right.
feel it.
This is, I mean,
That
a
that
great
balancing is really
example.
very
I mean,
important.
great
Balancing in the
experiences
sense you
you have
cannot even
shared.
over
Like
pamper the
rightly you
child.
said, just
That
joining
every
some
time you
group
are
or
after the
joining
child
some
and the
maybe
child is
nearby, maybe
feeling, I mean,
some migrant labor
uncomfortable,
school
or
or
you are,
evening
I
school
mean,
where deprived
over
children
just
are
leaving the
coming,
child
or
up to the
maybe
child, like whatever
working
you
means
do, just
going
whatever you want to
into
do.
some
I think
camp
some kind of
where they are
balancing is
working with the
required
different
there,
things,
some
that so
kind of,
that the
I
child can
mean, touch
understand
that
that
real way of life and
connectivity
can
and that
realize
kind of
I
how
mean
the
that
life is different for different people.
I'll not say
So the
control, but
life
some
goes
kind of
like that, and
self-discipline
I
needs
think
to
this is
be,
a
I mean,
great idea,
groomed
Dr.
in the
Saab, you have
child.
shared for
How I look
making the
into it.
child
Is that
settle
so, Dr.
socially,
Saab?
because they need to come out of their
Yes,
cocoon and
yes,
they
it's
need to
very rightly
understand what all is around. I mean,
rightly
this is
said by you,
something
because it's a
great
very
you have
thin
done.
line.
And keeping the
We
child
got to
engaged
give
in the different
our
activity, so
experiences
that
in
the
the form
child
of
also
suggestions,
gets engaged
and
child
and
learns
at the
the
same
chapters
time
of
you
life,
got to give
it
that
gives the
suggestion
real
and let
learning
them
to
be
the
free,
child. I mean,
so
this is
that they
really
take their
superb.
own action,
How a parent
so
can
they feel
manage, I mean,
responsible
during
for their
these tough
action,
times,
and at the same time
it's,
suggestion is
I
given, so it is
understand
there in the
somewhere,
back of the
like
mind. So it
it's
is there, so
somewhere
we are
the
not
parent
hovering
also
around them
feel
like
that
a
I should take
helicopter.
care of my child, but it is
We
very
don't
Yeah.
have to hover
difficult to
around them.
handle themselves as
We
well.
just
Right.
have to
So,
tell the
which
details
are the
by
specific
suggestions,
aspects which
not
can be
as
taken care
advices.
by
Because
that
once
parent
we
and
find
to
that
deal with
change
this
in
tough
them,
time?
becoming a teenager, you have to be very
Hmm.
careful as to how you speak to them.
See,
Each
you know,
parent
Hmm.
has to
so
understand. This
Right.
all
and
matters. So
even
it's a
I
very thin
understood,
line, and we have to be
that
careful.
see,
No
this is a
hovering around.
phase, and
Give
this
your
phase,
ideas
would be
as
always there.
suggestions.
let them give them space, let them do their own and let them be responsible for their action, and that is when they will realize that if something goes wrong,
Yes.
how they have to manage, emotion wise, because of the are they coming back to us and asking for advice or asking for any suggestions, look into that, wait for that something in taekwondo he has. So this is
And
a
as you
phase, and
rightly said
anything
that
doesn't last long, it
during
always
this
changes and we
healing
outgrow it.
time, obviously
So
for the other
this
one
is a
also is
phase,
a
and if I
healing
take
time. So
care of
in
this
your
phase,
own healing,
obviously the result for
in the
him also
healing
will be good,
phase
and
of the
for result
parent,
for me
the
also
parent
it will
should
be good,
not
and
forget
I will get my time a little later,
he or she needs
once
to
he
pay
gets
real
into
attention
a
towards
proper
the child,
college
because
or maybe into
the
further
child where is
studies.
going
And
or
this is
is
exactly how it
putting his
happened,
emotions out
that after
outside the
10th,
home,
when
then
he
it
got
can
his
be
good
really
marks,
difficult in
in fact,
future
you will
to
not
handle
believe,
such
I
child.
went for his
So you rightly
admission
said. So I
to
think that
the
also
BTech
comes here
college,
as a
because
thin
it
line
was
in this
immediately after
healing and
10th,
seeding
6 years,
phase.
BTech mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yes,
he was in
yes, I
Korea.
agree
He was
totally.
So
going to land on
The
that day
emotional
night,
beam of the kid should
and
always
that
be
day I had to
inwards.
go and take his admission,
hmm.
and that is what I
Right.
did.
So here I
You know,
just
I
want to ask you
represented
one
him,
suggestion,
and I
what you want to
told
give to
that, see, I'm the
all
parent, and
such
this
parents who are the
child who is
solo
going to take
parents.
admission is coming tonight, so I don't want to miss the admission, and so I
See,
have come
all the
here to
solo
take admission.
parents are
So
working because
it
they
is a
have to
phase,
help
and you outgrow
themselves.
it.
They have to take
So
care
it's
of the
okay, you
financial
give that
needs
much
of the
time, and that
family.
is the most
But
important
I
time.
now,
That is
like
the
the way the
healing
phase
time,
I
and
was
that is
in,
also the seeding
everybody's
time
phase
when
is
you
different.
give
So looking
that
into the
basic
phase,
seeds to your
the
kid, and
parent
then
has
you
to
see how
decide
he blooms
as
into
to
a
how they have to
nice
go through
plant,
that phase,
later on in the life.
because
Right.
my phase was
That is
from
what
Right.
I
a
did,
And
little
and
elder
I
high
think
school child
I'm happy
to
about
a
it, that
senior
he
child,
has
and
taken
then
it
right.
going ahead.
positively and he's
So
doing.
it's a phase, you have to help the
And
kid
during this
during that
healing and
phase,
seeding
and
time,
once you
I
see
mean,
that the
there
kid is
the
becoming
balancing is
confident,
really
he is
important. How
handling
I
things
see it,
properly,
how
he
I
or
feel
she,
it.
so then you
That
know that
balancing is
okay,
really very
he has
important.
learned, he has
Balancing in the
picked up
sense you
things,
cannot
and
even
he's
over
doing
pamper
fine,
the
and then
child.
you become
That
confident
every time you are after
about
the child and the
that how
child
he's
is
handling
feeling,
things.
I
So
mean,
once you become
uncomfortable,
confident,
or
give
you
them
are, I
little
mean,
freedom, like what I had
over
done
just
was
leaving the
that I
child
had
up to
given
the
him a
child,
mobile
like whatever
phone
you
that
do,
time,
just whatever
and
you want
there
to
were a
do.
few
I
numbers
think
which
some
were
kind of
fixed,
balancing is
that
required there.
okay, these
Some
numbers,
kind of,
any
I
problem,
mean,
these
touch,
are the four
that
five numbers, you just
connectivity
press
and
any
that
of
kind
them
of,
and
I
you
mean,
can
that
ask for help in case you are
I'll
struggling,
not say control, but
but at
some
the
kind of
same time the other
self-discipline
things were
needs to
locked,
be, I mean,
so
groomed in
that
the
there is
child.
no mishandling
How
of
I
the
look
phone
into it.
at
Is
wrong
that so,
times with
doctor?
effect to wrong people,
Yes,
especially
yes,
Right.
when
yes,
they are
very
outside,
rightly
they
seen.
commute in the
See,
bus, school
rightly said
bus.
by you,
So
because
there
see,
are
it's a very
senior
thin
kids, there are
line,
junior kids, there
we
are
got
people,
to give, and
our
who will say what and
experiences
how
in
will
the
they
form
behave
of
and what will they pick
suggestions,
up, we do not know.
and
So,
at the
certain
same
Right.
time,
controls, you got
indirect,
to give
direct,
that suggestion and
and
let
that
them
is
be
how,
free,
you try to
so that
manage.
they take
Hmm.
their
So
own
Hmm.
action,
the phase
so they
where it
feel
is required for
responsible
the
for their
healing of
action,
the kid,
and at the same
please
time
pay a lot
suggestion
of
is given, so
attention,
it is there in
be
the back of the
around,
mind,
but at the
so
same
it is
time give
there, so we are
space.
not hovering
Don't be
around
a
them like a
helicopter
helicopter.
person around,
We don't
Yeah.
have to
hovering
hover
all the
around them.
time, so that the person
We
should
just
not
Right.
have
feel
to tell the
overwhelmed
details
that
by
all the time
Yes.
mama is
suggestions,
on my head,
not
or
as
all the time
advices.
my papa
Because
is on
once
my
we
head.
find
That
that
should not be
change
the
in
issue.
them,
That should
becoming
not
a
be in the back
teenager,
of the mind
you have
also,
to be very
because then
careful
they
as
Yeah.
to
start
how you
behaving that
speak
way.
to them.
It should be free,
Hmm.
Absolutely
Right.
freedom,
so that you
so
can
this
talk
Right.
all
freely, you can
matters, so it's a very
mix
thin
freely, you
line
can
and we have to
talk
be
to
careful,
different
no
people,
hovering around.
the way
Give
he
your
wants
Hmm.
and
ideas as
things like that.
suggestions, let them
So
give
Right.
them space,
take care,
let
but
them
at
do
the
So
their
same
own and
time
let
give
them be
a little of
responsible
freedom
for their
also.
action, and that is when they will
very true.
realize
Very
that
true.
if
I
something
mean,
goes
this
wrong,
was
Yes.
how
a
they have to
wonderful
manage,
session,
or
Dr. Shilpa, from
have
your
are
Yeah.
they
end.
coming back to us
And
asking
once
for
again, I
advice
really
or
thank you so
asking for any
much for being
suggestions.
here,
Look
for
into that,
coming
wait for
and
that
just
moment.
giving your, I mean, wonderful
And as you rightly
views on
said
this
that
very much important
during this
topic.
healing
I think this
time,
cannot be
obviously for the
completed
other one
just in
also is the
one
healing time. So
one
in
session.
your
So we
own
would
healing,
love to
means
see you
in the
again
healing
with you
phase of the
more tips
parent,
and tricks
the parent
for
should
such
not
kind of,
forget
I mean, such
that he
parenting,
or she
I
needs
mean,
to pay
stuff
real
which
attention
parents
towards the
really need
child,
to
because
understand and
the
learn.
child where
So
is
thank you so
going
much,
or
Dr.
is
Shilpa, for
putting
for
his
being emotions outside the home,
Thank you,
then it
Dr.
can be
Lalita.
really
Thank you for
difficult in
giving me
future
the
to handle such
opportunity.
child.
Thank you
You
so much.
rightly said. So I think that also comes
Bye.
here
Thank
as
you,
a thin
viewers, for
line
being
in
here.
this healing and
Thank you so
seeding
much for
phase.
your support and love. Bye, ma'am.
Yes.
See you.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I agree
Bye.
totally.
So,
Thank you. The emotional beam of the kid should always be inwards.
hmm, right. So here I just want to ask you one suggestion, what you want to give to all such parents who are the solo parents.
See, all the solo parents are working because they have to help themselves. They have to take care of the financial needs of the family. But I Now, like the way the phase I was in, everybody's phase is different. So looking into the phase, the parent has to decide as to how they have to go through that phase. Because my phase was from a little elder high school child to a senior child, and then going ahead. So it's a phase, you have to help the kid during that phase. And once you see that the kid is becoming confident, he is handling things properly, he or she, so then you know that okay, he has learned, he has picked up things, and he's doing fine, and then you become confident about that how he's handling things. So once you become confident, give them little freedom. Like what I had done was that I had given him a mobile phone that time, and there were a few numbers which were fixed, that okay, these numbers, any problem, these are the 4 5 numbers, you just press any of them and you can ask for help in case you are stuck
Hmm.
anywhere. But at the same
Hmm.
time, the other things were locked, so that there is no mishandling of the phone at wrong times with effect to wrong people. Especially
Right.
when they are outside, they commute in the bus, school bus, so there are senior kids, there are junior kids, there are people. And who will say what and how will they behave and what will they pick up, we do not know. So certain
Right.
controls, indirect, direct, and that is how you try to manage. So
Hmm.
the phase where it is required for the healing of the kid, please pay a lot of attention, be around, but at the same time give space. Don't be a helicopter person around, hovering all the time, so that the person should not feel overwhelmed.